Hello, we're live for the first time this week and the last time this year. So I wonder who is joining me today. It's been a long time. In fact, we've had Christmas in between, haven't we? And I sincerely hope that all of you enjoyed your Christmas. I know there may be some of you that it wasn't too good, but oh, actually, I did see you on Christmas Day, didn't I? I made that ginger pudding. I wonder if any of you have tried it. It didn't go too far. I did take a little bit to my mum and dad on Boxing Day because I thought they'd enjoy that. Hello, Dorothy. Dorothy says hi to everyone. Lovely to see you today. It seems that this break has just gone by so quickly. Good afternoon, Anne. Happy New Year to you and all, she says. This break wasn't actually a break. I have minimally, hello Linda and hello Sue, but I've been working since Wednesday on all the craft store orders. Hello Carol, I can't believe that so many of you, hello Lindsay, lovely to see you, I hope you're well, thank you for all your work that you do. And hello Janet, at last you say, I haven't been here much, have I? Hello Irene, lovely to see you too. Yeah, I suppose I've been thinking all the time, hello Yvonne, about what for the next shows. Hello Jane, but I've had to get all these orders and I think everybody out there was watching, or at least they dipped in afterwards. Hello Linda, because it was like a normal show. Now on Christmas Day, hello Moira, all the way from France, wishing you a, it's not a Bon Noël, can't think what it is, New Year, Année, no, I'm thinking a little bit Italian or Spanish. Hello Sue, Nouveau Année, perhaps, who knows, I know you speak English though, which is good, which is very good. So I've actually got my cup of coffee here today. Bonne année. Bonne année. There we go. We've all learned a little bit of French today. I should have known that really. So, yeah, I've just been working. And managed to see the grandchildren yesterday, which was nice because I haven't seen them for probably 3 days. Now, I know in the grand scheme of things, a lot of you don't see them from 6 months to the next 6 months or year to year, but when I don't see them every day, it's a little bit strange. So they were going to pop in today, but on the other hand, it was quite good they didn't because I've managed to get everything gone. Martin's popped over to Oundle today. The only thing I would say is that the post is standstill. He was told nothing moves until Tuesday. So even though it's there, it is not moving. So, but at least it's done, isn't it? Frohes neues Jahr. Is that a little bit of German, Sue? Yes, I should have known that too. Hello, Gina. Can't stay long, but you'll catch up later. Jolly good. Hello, Penny. Penny says Happy New Year to everyone. It seemed that a week ago, my timeline on Facebook was just filled with Merry Christmas to everybody. And today it's Happy New Year. Everyone, everyone, everyone. I haven't done my Happy New Year's yet, but I'm sure I shall sit down this evening because we're going nowhere. And, well, Martin was going to have a little party for the two of us, but the food that he managed to get, well, all I wanted was cheesy puffs, and did I get them? No. Never mind, I'll never let him live that down. Happy New Year, Alison. And Heather. Heather says Happy New Year to everyone. Oh, I think I've got mine with my thumb going over there. It's the opposite way around, but never mind. Who did that say Happy New Year? Oh, that was Heather, I saw that. Margaret, hope we had a good Christmas and a very happy and healthy New Year. That is more to the point. Healthy. As long as we have a healthy New Year, it can be happy. So, or it will be. Hello, Joanne. She says Happy New Year to all too. So, in my thinking, oh, I haven't picked it up. It's only the other side. I'm thinking today, I thought I would do the Arabella bag. The reason being, these were on the show on Christmas Day, and they sold pretty well, didn't sell out, but it was a little bit of a rush job when I did them for the 1st of December, so I hadn't got any instructions written, me thinking I had. And I thought I can always do the instructions at a later date. But when I came to do them, I had no pictures of step by step. So I had to make another one. So I thought, as I've made another one, I will demo one to you as well. And what I thought I would do, because I'm being inundated with Arabella bags now, I will give this one away that I'm making today. And but also, as I was thinking, I do a lot of thinking. Oh, Jane. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it? Oh, I know a lot of people will have been upset by this nasty virus coming into their lives and disrupting all the plans. Hello, Leslie. Even, I've heard yesterday, next door neighbour has it, or one of them has. So when is it going to end? But I don't see them much at all. Lovely people, but I don't see them. She might be watching today, Anne. If you're there, Anne, Happy New Year to you, and I hope you stay away from it, because it's not nice. As husband probably knows, well, he does know. But yes, touch wood, as I say, we're staying put, and so there's no chance there. Hello, Ginny. What's Ginny doing tonight? Yes, stay safe tonight if you're going out to celebrate. I'm not. I prefer my safety and my health to anything. And as I'm teetotal, you know, what does it matter? But yes, those that are going out, enjoy yourselves, but please, please, please stay safe. We've got a lot to do next year. We've got a real lot to do. We're going to get over this thing. And oh, hello, Brenda. Happy New Year to everybody, she says. Glad to see me again. Oh, that's lovely. I don't feel as if I've demoed for a long time. Probably at least a couple of weeks. Well, I didn't sew in that time either. So it was quite a pleasure to do that. Hello, Eileen. Happy New Year to you. Thank you. Oh, Happy New Year, Simon. Simon, this year I'm going to come and see you. Simon's a lovely chap who I've known for quite some time, but I haven't seen him for a few years. So I hope you're staying safe and don't go out partying too hard tonight, please, because I shall be coming up and seeing you most definitely. Hello, Heather. Happy New Year to you. And she says to all our followers, all the groupies here, all the Trishettes, or whatever you like to call yourselves. And hello, Sharon. Happy New Year. Oh, thank you. Oh, who's that? Yvonne tested positive yesterday. Yeah. Oh, well, I hope you don't suffer too badly. No, I hope you get over it really quickly. Bob and I will sit on the bench in the garden. Oh, this is Lindsay. With a glass of wine and watch the fireworks going off around us at 12 o'clock. That's great, Lindsay. I doubt. I might be lucky if I'm up at 12. Usually, I'm falling asleep. But who knows? I might be watching Jules because he's bound to be on, isn't he? So you enjoy yourselves on your garden bench. It's mild enough, isn't it? I mean, here I sit in the conservatory, sleeveless top. I'm mad, aren't I? I know. But I don't feel too bad at the moment. Yes, there's a good idea, isn't it, Dorothy? There was a couple of things I was going to say. One thing being, all the most amazing mug rugs yet again. You ladies are just something else. You really are, because every time you pull out all the stops, and I mean your mitered corners. Hello, Jackie. Oh, COVID hit your family too. All those mitered corners. Oh, Lindsay's just telling me Sir Tom is not. Don't know if Sir Tom is on this year though. Oh, I do love Sir Tom. Yeah, just blows my mind away. And your colour combinations and making it that little bit different, but using the same technique. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really wonderful. And I know you all get a lot of pleasure out of seeing everybody else's work as well. Yeah, and while I'm thinking, strange weather with you, yes. Hello, Nikki. What's the Nikki saying there? Happy New Year. They are spectacular. Yes. Yes, hello. Yes, Anne says, Happy New Year. Thanks for, oh, thank you. No problem. I absolutely love it. So that was the mug rugs. There was one. Oh, I know the other thing. Yes, I did eventually put that post. Yes, Lindsay, I did put that post asking you to put your favourite make of 2021. And they must go under that post, because what I want the rest of you to do, and if you've put your favourite make of the year up there as well, please look down the rest of them, and if you like them, just click like or love, and because what I'm going to do, I still haven't found them yet, there is a charm pack and mini charm pack which I'm going to give away for the picture that has the most likes or loves. So I'll count a like as a love. And everybody, if everybody just puts one picture, which I think they have, so it is your favourite. Hello, Jill. And then just trawl through them all and just put your tick against the ones that you love the most. You can go for more than one. You know, if you want to love all of them, it's absolutely fine. But just one per picture, please. Happy New Year, Tony. Lovely to see you. Where's Hilda these days? But hope you're doing well, Tony. That's good. So that was the other thing, because it actually... Oh, hello, Flora. Lovely to see you. And a happy and healthy new year to you too. Yes, the sooner you get your picture on there, because it does end, I think I put on the 31st, which is today. So that's why I'm asking everybody to just have a quick look at that post and put your likes against your favourite ones too. That would be absolutely great. And what I was saying earlier, the demo today, the Arabella bag, I'll do that as a giveaway. I haven't thought how I'm going to find that person, which reminds me, if Susan's watching, I have got your address now. And sorry, yes, you did send your address, but it was on the, it wasn't Messenger, it was on the business Facebook, and I don't always get all of them. I go on there and there's nothing. And then all of a sudden, when somebody says, well, I did send it, then it's there. So it's either me or it's Facebook. But always, if you're contacting me, really it's better by email, and then secondly by Messenger. It's just that I can print emails, so I've got hard copy in case it gets lost. That could get lost too, I suppose. But on Messenger, I can't really print anything off, although it is fairly good, nearly as good as an email. Whereas via Facebook, sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. Bit like Pantomime City, isn't it? Haven't been to one of those this year, but perhaps next year, who knows? So, the other thing I said I was going to do through this week was sort out... Hello, Joanna! Don't worry, I'm just chattering and saying Happy New Year to everybody. I keep freezing. Oh, hello, Patricia. No, it might be you, Jill. Perhaps log out and log back in again, just in case. I haven't noticed a freezing on here at all yet. Touch wood. Never say never, though, because I'm renowned for having an interrupted connection in here or wherever I am. But, you know, there we go. One of those things, I suppose. Yes. So that, yes, I was going to sort of sort all the fabric around. That hasn't got done at all. Oh, Joanna keeps freezing as well. Perhaps, yeah, perhaps it is the internet connections at your end. I don't know. Just one of those things that happens to us all intermittently, I think. Oh, your phone's better, is it, Janet? Yeah, try your phone then. Hello, Sharon. All good with you? Jolly good. Haven't noticed your name before. Oh dear. Perhaps it's northwards. Perhaps you've got snow coming. Oh no, don't say that. Oh, your phone's better than your iPad too, Cheryl. Yeah, perhaps that's because it's got its own internal whatever, hasn't it? When you use data as opposed to the internet connection through your house. But who knows? Who knows? Oh, Jane watched the pantomime. Oh, your phone's interrupted too, Dorothy. Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, lost my train of thought there. But never mind, never mind. Better with your phone and no problem with Carol. So perhaps phones are that bit better. I know I'm not quite as big on there, which is absolutely fine. Oh, that's the other thing. Martin got us a smart TV. I told you, didn't I? Definitely come into the 21st century. Oh, hello, Lorraine. Hope you're well and the very best for 2022. 2022 keeps stitching. Yeah, now and again I think to myself, oh dear, am I cheesed off with this? I tell you what, and you'll probably find the same as I do. When I had a minimal break, probably a couple of days before Christmas Day, and then Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and the day after, because that's my second son's birthday, the 27th, and then thinking I ought to do something. Oh my goodness, did I have to push myself. I got used to the sitting down and looking at Facebook and getting up and pottering around. You know, it's, and as I said on one of my posts, is it all right to go to bed thinking about jelly rolls? Yeah, I've gone off of jelly rolls at the minute, or gone off thinking about them. I've gone on to other things as well, because obviously I need to think about the shows in the middle of January, because they'll be asking me on Tuesday, oh, we need your show schedule. So I thought to myself, I better get my brain cracking to think, what am I going to do? And I have a few ideas. I had a little play with one, yeah, and I don't know whether, yeah, so that sits there, and I've been making, you know, I did mug rugs in, well, the mug rugs in the Make to Swap group. I did a few mug rugs. This was my old, I did a few mug rugs as a kit. Oh, yes. I have almost shut down, actually, but I'm back in the swing of things now. Hello, Lynn. You're on your phone too. Oh, don't know what's going on there then. Yes, because it was a quick fix. I had the samples completed, didn't need the instructions for the 1st of December, so I thought I'll do them later. I've been doing them today. So it meant stitching some mug rugs all over again, but it wasn't a case of thinking what to do, because obviously I make 2 every time, one to show you and one that I demo, and so it wasn't a problem, but it was just sorting all the different bits of fabric, because there were three of them in a kit. So all of you in the Make to Swap group will have those patterns for free, but I've done them as a kit for those that aren't in the group, and they went down very well too, which is why I needed to do, they were, Lindsay, the mug rug kits were very popular. So, yeah, it's just like, if you join in, you get it free. Otherwise, if you like them, they're in kit form. Now, I haven't put any of the Arabella kits onto the website yet, because I've run out, I think I've run out, unless I can find some more, of D-rings. Can you believe it? I've always had loads of bag hardware, and now I've used it and used it and used it, and I'm down to my last 2, which I will use on this demo today. So, just cold. For a change, I have managed to finish it all. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Put my cup there. And I'm just going to stand up a minute, because that's it. My bag, oh, it's just here. It is just here. Right. So here is the Arabella bag. Similar technique. Can you see the base? Happy New Year, Vera. See this lovely little triangle here? Okay. Zip. So nice dog walking bag. a nice sling over your shoulder, or this one, straps are a little bit longer, and in the kits that sold on the craft store, although I think I've put a certain length, it will be a whole width of fabric, so you can make your strap as long as you like. And what I thought I would do with the demo one today, as that is the very last thing we do, is to pop that onto the D-rings and tabs here. I thought I'll leave that off. Yeah, I love this fabric, so that you can then cut what's left of the strap and stitch on yourself. So as I say, I will do it as a giveaway. What will I do? I don't know what I shall do. I'll put a post up on the So Totally Trisha page this evening, so that you can comment. I'll do some silly little thing as it's a new year, or I might ask a question, you know, with an answer that could be anything random. Yeah, so this fabric is a canvas, a lightweight canvas, and I have done some other bags in this, but I've just got a little bit left, and I thought that will make a few of these really nice and easy. Yeah, the fabric is just delightful. So yeah, that is my sample one for the craft store. Thank you, Sue. Happy New Year, Mary. Lovely to see you. But it's got the zip along here, as you see, and can't think what lining. Oh, I just got plain white lining in there, but it's nice and easy. It is. It is. I'm going to send you the Lindsay. I'll send you the PDF anyway. But what we have, and you can do it differently if you like. Let me just turn this through. And I did this for the camera work and the instructions, but we do have, and I've done it in black so you can see, we do have, it's the nice easy way, we do have zigzagging, and I haven't done that properly because I've got little bits there, and I usually trim all of that, but we've got zigzagging on the inside, and I've done it in black so it can be seen quite easily. I know sometimes I've been asked, why don't I do different colours? Oh, you're welcome, Lindsay. Why don't you do different colours so that we can see? And I think, oh, and Jane can now do zips. Lovely. Oh, it's great when you can do zips. It's giving it a go, and it's cracking that that confidence thing, isn't it, for doing the very first one. So, as I say, now, as it's a kit, I won't give dimensions, but I will show you the technique of how to do it. And it is really, now what was the word? Straightforward. That's difficult, isn't it? Straightforward. Martin told me, I think I said to you, on the last show I did, I use the word simple and easy too often. Oh, you can, Lindsay. Oh, you can. I shouldn't say simple, because it sounds, I don't know, he didn't like the sound of it. I should use straightforward. So when you see me on the telly next and I use the word straightforward, have a laugh, because that's Martin telling me that's what I should do. So there we go. Right, so that's what we are aiming to make today. So, oh, I haven't got my spray here. Oh yes, I have got my spray. I have got my spray. So you're basically starting off with one long piece of fabric. So one piece of outer fabric, one piece of lining fabric, and one piece of wadding. And funnily enough, they're all the same size, which makes life very easy. So what I'm going to do mid-air, I'm just going to spray my wadding, and then I'll put it down onto the table, and I'll move it down so you can see. Okay, so I've sprayed my wadding. Now, you know I love to use 505 spray, and I always spray the wadding as opposed to the fabric. I have read on a few occasions where people have sprayed their fabric. Hello, Jeeta. Lovely to see you. and they've left marks on it. Well, that's why I always spray onto the wadding, and then it's on there as opposed to the fabric. It would just cling, make the fabric cling towards it. So let's see how, oh, what a mess behind me, never mind. Let's see what we can do here. So let's just take our fabric away there, and my, oh, and obviously your bag straps, so which I have partly started already. So let's just bring that down a little bit more so that we can see what we're doing. So, and a zip, of course. So I've got my wadding, and I'll just see if we can lay this quite nicely on here. Usually what I like to do is I like to put my fabric onto some wadding before I cut the size. It just makes life very easy rather than having to line up all of your fabric onto the wadding. But this is not too bad, and just smooth that out, and that fits pretty nicely. Okay, let's just take my, so you can use D-rings or rectangular rings, entirely up to you. We'll pop that on there for a start. So I've got my wadding just temporarily stuck to the back of my, to the reverse side of my outer fabric. What you could do, if you wanted, you could quilt this now, which would make it even better, I think, or a little bit of free motion. If you don't have any fabric adhesive spray, what you can also do is to stitch about 1/8 of an inch from the edge all the way around, just to hold it in place. It makes it a lot easier. So I'm just going to set that aside for a moment, because we have tabs for the strap to go onto at the back. So the first thing we actually do is to make our strap. So as you probably know, I nearly always make my width of my straps or handles 4 inches wide, and because it gives a 1 inch finished strap, which is nice and sturdy. So I fold it in half, so wrong sides together if there's a pattern, and press. Then I open it out, and I press, I fold one raw edge into that centre crease and press, and then the other raw edge to meet the other raw edge there and press, and then I fold it in half and I press the whole of it. Just gives a better finish because you're lining up those folded edges here, and once you've pressed them in place, when you go to stitch, it will be so much better. So now I'm, oh, there's my scissors. Yes, I should have my scissors. So what we do is make the tabs first. As I say, this strap is the whole width of fabric, which is about 54, I think. So we cut our tabs off first of all. So I think in my instructions, I have said 3 inches. That will do nicely. So if you cut yourself off 3 inches, then put that against the other, or the longer piece, and cut yourself a second. And then we'll just set that aside for the moment. And what I'm going to do is just stitch down the outer edges. So first of all, I stitch down this, the 2 folded edges to hold those together. So this edge first of all, and then the one that is, oh, and I haven't got black thread on here. So bear with me one moment. I have a little bit of black left on there. I meant to do that earlier, but I also need some cream as well. So let's just pop the, there we go. We'll just wind our bobbin very quickly, and this is about being unprepared. So let's just thread that. So I always thread the end of the thread through the little hole. Just hold that there, through the hole in, there it is, in the bobbin, from the inside to the outside, and then I got that there, press that to there, and that will start now. Okay, so I just wind myself a little bit of black. It's one of those colours that I very rarely use, but when you're doing zips and you're also doing some outer stitching, it is best to have the correct colour. So I will change it when I come to the lining. I will change that so that we have some neater zigzagging to, oops, that's right. So I've got my bobbin wound. The other thing I also do, which I've done already, that little bit of thread that came out the top, I've clipped that off right down, because otherwise, oh, I've got another little bit hanging there. Oops, no. Oh, that's from the inside. Okay, let's get rid of that too, because we don't want, what happens is when the machine is forming the stitch, it will get in the way and it obstructs the stitch being formed. So we'll just pop that round nice and easy, and then we will just thread this around just the same way. Lovely needle threader on the dookie and straight through. Okay, so we are going to yes, I'll do a longer stitch on here. So all I'm going to do is in my way. All we're going to do is stitch down the outer edge. When I get to the bottom of, let's just bring that in a little bit further. I'm not going to cut the thread. I'm going to just pivot round, because that end is going to be in a seam. We won't see it, so we'll just stitch round and straight back down the other side. So there is one done, and then the second one we will go down here, down to the bottom, the short end, across that bottom edge, and then back down the opposite side. Okay, so then we're going to take our D-ring or rectangular ring, thread that through. Ooh, that's got some, and line that up like so. So I've got raw edges here, and I'm just going to do a little stitch as close as I can down here, just to hold that D-ring in place. So however, let's see, that's it, just about there. No, what we'll do, I'm going to move my needle all the way over to that edge so it goes closer. And I'm just going to do that, and I'm just going to reverse just to hold that nice and firmly. Keep going. And trim there. So that just holds, not that the D-ring will drop down, but it can do. Can you see? I've got that stitched line there. Oh, hello, Wendy. So I've done that for one, and then my other one, we will just pop that in there as well, and just fold that up. I'll remember, and just pull that so that's nice and taut. And then all I've got is the side of my foot against the D-ring there, and as I say, I'm just reversing across just for a little bit of strength, and just clip those little bits off. Now this is the little part that's a little bit different, because obviously we're using canvas. It's thick. I've got 4 layers here, 4 layers here. So if I were to fold those in, it's going to go through 8 layers of fabric. Most machines may not do that. So what I do, can you see how that is? Like, I fold one part under by about 1/4 of an inch. So it's folding in towards the centre so that you can't see it. And then, where are we? I am going to, no, what am I doing? That was a lot longer, wasn't it? I'm just going to fold that in, and then I'm going to fold that one up, the other part up, so that, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, that's what I did. So I'm going to fold that up, and then this other bit, I want it to meet it. No, that's it. So fold that bit up, and then I'm going to trim that other bit off. That's why we did the stitching. So we're going to trim that bit off here. Can you see this here? So that's quite short. Okay, so what we have, if you can see sideways there, we have that bit turned under and this other bit that we trimmed off, so that when it flattens down, they're next to each other. It's quite hard to see, but that's right next to each other. And then the other side is totally without raw edges. So if I had a little, let's have a look in here. If I had a clip near me, and I'll put a pin. Clips would be good just to hold this together. But if I go like that, that's held those together. And as I say, the other side, and what we're going to do is stitch like a rectangle around here just to hold it on. So I'm just going to fold this one back as well. So let's just fold that little bit. Da, 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 da. Let's just trim that off. I'm going to trim that off first. It's easier to do that. And then fold that bit back towards it. And again, we've got that. There's the two raw edges, but we've got those next to each other. So there's no absolute bulk there, because we would have even more than the 8 layers. Okay, so what we then want to do is take our main strip of fabric, and we are going to measure. We're going to measure with a ruler that I haven't got near me because I've taken it away. We're going to measure 5 inches down and 1.5 inches from the side. Now I'm just going to guess actually. So, and then we're going to put our, as long as they're level, they'll be fine. So can you see that there? So it's this part here is 5 inches from the top and about 1.5 inches from the side. So I'm going to take that to the machine and I'm just going to stitch around here. So I haven't pinned it on, but I'm just holding that in place so that when I get to, let's just put that in. When I get to popping the other one on, I'm just going to line it up. So that's it. Where's my thing? So move that over. So all I'm going to do is stitch, and I'm basically stitching on the lines, let's pull that pin out, that I stitched when I stitched down the edges. So there is down that little side bit there, across the base, holding that in position, up the other side, and then we'll just go across the top here, which was roughly where we had that before, and I'll just reverse, so we're making sure that's all totally secure. Can you see that's on there? So I've gone down that side, across the bottom, up the side, and then just reversed across the top there. So just to make life easy, what we're going to do now is put the other one next to it. Let's do that up there. Oops. So it's hard to see on the black, isn't it? So I'm just going to stand up and I'm going to gauge that that part there is the same as this part here, and also that it's on a level. So if I might put that round like that so I can see better from the side. So I'm hoping that's not, that's it, that's about right. And in from there, perhaps want to go a little bit more. So I've positioned those the same distance from there as from there, and level here. Let's just have a look at that. Oh, that's moved now. That's okay. So I'm just going to hold that in place, take it over to the machine. You could put a little bit of fabric glue there if you wanted to, like you'd use for your English paper piecing, but it's not any big deal just to hold that. So again, I've gone down that side, across the bottom there, up the other side, and it just makes it really nice and neat too. And then across the top, and going across the top, we'll then just reverse. As I say, we reverse almost to the other side, and then I think, like I said to you before, not that we can see underneath, but I'm just stopping in the middle because I get used to it. So I've stopped in the middle there, just trim those bits off, don't need those, that little bit there. So we've got our two tabs in place. Now the nice easy bit, or let's just trim that little bit of thread away there. There's bound to be one here as well. Okay, now's the time to put our zip in. So the zip is going to, what I prefer to do, we'll start this side, doesn't matter which side you start, but let's have our zip pull facing up, and then the right side of the fabric goes down onto our zip there. Now what I like to do is have where the zip pull is, have a little bit more excess there, but I want to be away from this silver metal bit here. So I'll just pop a pin into there. So it's just holding that top piece. This zip needs to line up with here, and if you like to put pins across, by all means do. I actually don't, because I like to keep it lined up as I go across. Then I'm going to take my lining fabric, and I've got the right side, it's white on white as usual, and I'm going to put that against the zip. So sideways on, you have got the outer fabric, the zip, and then our lining fabric. So we've got 3 layers. The zip's right in the middle. It's a zip sandwich. So just line those long edges up and line up the top of the zip as well. And as I say, if you want to put pins across here so that all lines up, but I find that quite often moves, so I just leave that loose and line it up as I go. So zip a foot on, or like I like to do, is move my needle position to 0, and that way I don't have to take off my standard foot. So as soon as I can get the foot down, I am going to, there we go, I'm going to start stitching. And what you can feel, you can actually feel that zip edge. So you can see what I'm doing now. I'm just lining the top of the zip with the lining, and then I keep my finger on there like so, and just hold that down with my fingers, but I'm lining it up as I go and going all the way across. So we have lining fabric right side inside, so we've got right sides together. Then we're just going to take that out so you can see the zip is in the center. Then I'm going to pull the lining fabric down, so we've got 2 pieces together. We've got the lining fabric and the outer fabric, because we're going to top stitch across here. So turn my work around, make sure your lining fabric lines up with your wadding and outer fabric, and then I give it a pull. So I don't want any pleating at this side, so I pull the lining down so that it's really quite open, and then I'm going to pop the foot down here, and this time I've kept it in the same position, but I'm lining the edge of the foot with the edge of the fold of the fabric there. So straight across here, and then at the same time I'm just putting my hand into that lining, pulling it down, smoothing this out so that there's no pleats on the other side. And if you keep the edge of your foot lined up with that fold, it will give you a nice straight edge. Okay, so there we are. That is pretty nice. I quite like that. It just gives you a nice straight line across here, and your zip is the same amount. It's not wobbly, but it's really quite easy, and the more you do, the absolute better you'll get. So we've got one part, so we've got this edge of the zip that is left at the moment, but all we're going to do is lift the other end of our fabric so that it comes up to meet that side of the zip. So again, what we'll do, we'll just line those edges up there, and still got the excess zip here, and we're going to pop a pin just there for when we stitch across. And again, I'm still keeping my zip, or my zip is attached to this, but here you can see is our lining. So what we've made is like a loop here, it's all in one piece, and then with the lining you just pull that up as well, so you've got two loops next to each other, and the lining then goes to the other side of the zip. We'll line that up and pop the pin back in. So you've got the lining on that side, and all you've got is two loops here. So over to the machine again. We've still got our, that's it, just make sure that zip is there. So I've got the zip in the middle there, and I've still got my foot in the position where it's on 0, so that again I can do that nice seam across. So I'll do the first few stitches, and then I look at where my zip is with my lining, make sure it's still lined up, and then just place the outer fabric on the top and just keep going. And when we get across to this side, just hold that down, and you want to make sure that these are all nicely lined up because sometimes they can shift a little bit. Okay, so there we have our zip enclosed. Now we want to now stitch along the, we're going to top stitch here, so all we need to do is open up our zip and turn it through. It will all sort of fall apart, but turn it through to the right side. Okay, so I've turned it through and it's sort of open up here, which just means we can get into this side a lot easier. So we do want to, unless I want to change my footing, or sorry, the setting on my foot, I'm going to move that round and start from this end here. So again, pulling that lining fabric down, and you just need to, no, actually, it is much easier to work from, because that is all open, it's easier to work from this open edge. So that is what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to pull that lining down, and I'm just looking, yes, I know when I did the one yesterday, what I'm doing now, because I've left the needle way over to the left, but I'm looking at the centre of my foot here and keeping that aligned with, just pulling my lining down in there, keeping it aligned with the fold, and that should give us a very nice straight line. If I keep my eye on that point on the foot, which is right in the centre, so that's going along there. It might wobble a little, but being black, it's not going to show. So yes, we have that there. It just means that when we get to this part here where the zip pull is, it doesn't cause any problems. Okay, let's just have a look at that. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So what we're going to do now is we're going to zip up again, and the lining in the middle always seems a little bit too long, but if you put your arm in there and sort of pull that down, because we know that part is nicely, there's no puckers in there, that's really nice and neat, but by pulling the lining in here, it will fit all around those edges. Now what you want to do at this point is, where my zip is, we don't want it on the top, we want it to come down a little bit. So I am just doing it down like that. I probably didn't do it quite high enough, but so I'm having my zip which is about a couple of inches down from the top. And then my tabs, which could have been a bit lower actually, but that's all right, that's okay, down here. So usually what we see is if you look from one side, the zip is that side and the tabs are there and they sort of line up. Could have it a little bit higher, there we are. But what you want to have is that distance there is the same as that distance there, so that's nice and even. So I'll pop a pin just there, just to hold that. That's it. I'm going to pin across here. So it doesn't matter which way you put your pins in here, but just to hold that. And then put my hands down here, pull that down to the bottom, and we're going to measure up from the bottom 1 inch. So, and we're going to put a pin in there. So 1 inch, I'll measure it against the machine. And then this other side as well. Now this is where, can you see my lining is sticking out a little bit there? And I want that. That means it's not far enough across the other side. So I'm just going to push that through. And it's a little bit further over there. So again, just pull that right down. So that's nice. So the bottom here, whoops, pull that right down here and measure 1 inch there. So there we go. And put a pin in there. I'm just going to measure on the machine here. Oh, that's 1 inch. So both sides, no, that needs to be just a fraction more. That's it, I think that is 1 inch. Yeah. So we've got a pin at each side. We've got a pin here for 1 inch and a pin there. And we're using this almost as if it were a stitch. I suppose you could do a stitch if you wanted to, but we're leaving that like so. Now we are going to, and forget about the pins here. We can take these pins out and we're going to turn it to the wrong side. Okay, so beware of those pins and just poke that through. So those pins are keeping that fold here in place. So just pull that out, because where the pins are, that is our bottom edge. And then we can pull that, make sure that lining is flush out to the edge. Pull that back again, and you can reinsert those pins if you like to here at the top, just to make sure that that is really opened out. So again, make sure where the pin is here is right at the bottom. Put your finger in there in the side, keep that totally pulled out, and then that bit at the top should be the same across there. Let's just have a look. Let's just do that one again. Could be. This is why you need to have this bottom edge right pulled out to the bottom, and that's it, that's better. So we'll put a pin in there and a pin there. Oh no, that's not quite, that's why. Right, just make sure. So pin in there. That's better. That's better. So we need to know that that is even across there. So pin in there. Now at this point, you need to make sure your zip is open. So I'm just going to, which is why you want the pins in there. I'm going to open that about 2/3 of the way across, and I'm going to pop that down onto a surface, because we need a couple more pins, because I want to make sure that zip is pulled together. And I do have some pins right next to me, and I found these the other day. Oh no, let's have this one instead. Got a pin cushion here. Well, so let's just pull that down, and around this zip where it's open, definitely have a pin to hold that together. And just drop that one. That's fine. I have got some more here, and there. Just make sure the zip is together, and just pop that in. So it's held that down, and then here you can put some more pins in here if you want to, but I'll just pull that as I go. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch down this edge. So I will do my change because we want it to be, well, it's not going to be white, it's going to be cream, but it's a lot better than black. So again, what we do is we clip our thread at the top, and we take our thread down here and we pull it through. And the reason we do that is so that if there's any fluff down here, which quite often there is, if you pull this thread from the top, it pulls all the thread back into the tension springs and workings of your machine. So, you know, even if you do it most of the time, it is a really good habit to get into, purely because you don't want to have your machine break down or have it serviced any more than, say, once a year. I knew that wasn't going to work because I put that in the wrong place. Okay, so that is all done now. So zigzag, that's how we're going to do, or no, we're going to do a straight stitch first actually. So straight stitch back onto my 1/4 inch setting, and we'll do it at a standard, because we're going through waddings here, I would do a standard 2.5, 2.4 depending on your machine, and reverse at the top, most definitely reverse at the top, and then take that pin out just before you get to this is the open end of the zip, so I'm making sure that those zipped edges are butt up together, and this is where now I'm giving it a little pull because I want that bottom edge to be perfectly on that fold, and I want the fold to be right at the bottom. All that will do is make sure you get that lovely triangle at the bottom edge. So again, we're at the bottom, just do a little reverse and chop, and then we're going to do the same on the other side here. So we're working from the opposite side now, because you don't want to start at this bulky bit at the bottom. So here, straight under the needle and reverse off here, and then down. If your zip is too short or shorter than this one, just make sure that that metal bit doesn't get in the way. So straight down. Now if you don't mind your bag being that little bit smaller, what you could do is take a slightly bigger seam allowance. Now that is exactly how I wanted the bottom to go. Now, can you see there where my fold was? It's exactly in place, whereas it's moved a little bit there. It's not going to make that big a deal. So at this point we can now trim off. So let's trim off those little bits of thread. We can now trim off, because we've opened up our zip. We can trim off the excess zip there, and we can trim this off here as well. That's it, and we'll trim that little bit of thread down here, and without cutting your fabric. And then we're going to zigzag down here. There's another little bit there. So I would tend to go for the largest width of stitch. So I think I'm going to take my width up to, and we'll go on to a zigzag first of all. So go on to a zigzag stitch. I'll take it up to 5, and then the length. So this will make sure the zigzag stitch comes closer together, and I'm going to do it at 0.9, and I'm going to. It starts on the edge, and I just wanted to do a really quite close zigzag stitch. I think I'm actually going to make it that little bit wider. So if you're going to change things, lift your needle. That's it, I've moved it. Lift the needle, and then, because if you start moving that, what you're doing, especially if it's in the fabric, it will be trying to shift against the fabric, and you could break your needle. So we'll zig our way down here, and when I get to the bottom, I am just going to reverse a little bit there and trim that off. See, already that looks nice and neat. So again, don't start at that bottom edge, there's too many folds, but we'll start at the top and just doing a zigzag all the way down. Now if I had white thread, it would have looked even better, but I've actually, so 0.9, just under 1 for the stitch length, but the width I've actually taken up to 5.6, so it almost touches that straight stitch line, and then I'll just go back a couple of and trim. So now I'm just going to trim those little bits off, and it's caught a bit of thread in there. Just pull that and then that will get that out. Okay, now what I like to do when I have zigzagged, I like to pull at all these edges so that any little bits have been pulled away, because obviously this bag being fabric, it's washable, so you can just stick it in the machine. But when you wash things, any raw edges tend to fray a little bit, so if you pull all the fraying away to start off with, there's less to actually fray if it's washed or used. So just run my scissors absolutely perpendicularly. We don't want to cut it into those zigzag stitches, but if you run along the top, that just takes those off. And there we go. And there we go. So trim that little bit, trim that little bit too. And there is our neat little bag. So all we need to do now, I just like to push that zip back even more. And then at the corner where we're going to turn this to the right side, so I put my thumb in there, but I'm going to use that point there, don't trim these corners off, and turn that into the side, so then you get a nice edge at the top. So I've done that for that side, now I'm going to do it for this side here. So push that so it comes into the corner. Let's do it this way, that's it. So I push my finger in there, and then with my thumb push that into the corner there, and I think I have. And then I'm putting my hand into the rest of it, and I'm just going to push that. I'm not pushing those corners down there, but I'm just going to pull that through, and then I'll put my hand into the bag here. And what you get is, when you put your fingers down here, can you see this little triangle forming here? So push your fingers down. Oh, it's hard to see, but I can see this little green triangle. And then on the other side as well, push my fingers into there. And again, we have, whoops, it's a little bit hard to see, isn't it? But there is here that little triangle. There, you can perhaps see that from a distance. Or let's see if the green one is that little bit better on the other side. So we have that, or perhaps if I turn it upside down, you can now see. So I'm just pushing my fingers into the base, and it gives, yeah, that's better. You can see that now. And around there, that's better. Just push that down. Once you've got things in there, that little triangle makes it look really quite neat. So then we can, let me just have a look, see if my pokey tool is there. No, oh, it is. I thought it was. So let's get my pokey. So I'm going to pop the pokey just to push that out a little bit further into the corner. And similarly here, just push that over. And then we've got some quite neat corners there. Can you see? Nice and neat here and here. So all in all, a quite easy bag. Now the only thing that's left to do is the the strap. Now depending, so going back to this, so this is our strap. Now we want this end, I'm going to trim that off because that's selvage. We want this end to be nice and neat, because it is going to go around these bits here. So this is going to tuck into here and come off the back. Can you see that handle there? So because we're going to see this, I want it to be really neat. So rather than just stitching down both sides here, what we're going to do, is actually, what's the easiest way? So here is the rest of the strap, and you can see that's open there. Now normally we just stitch down that side and then down that side, but what we're going to do first of all, we're actually going to open it out and fold it back on itself. So let me hold it like that. So that's how it would normally be, but we're going to open out and fold back on itself. And then we have, can you see, we've got, like, if I put it sideways, it's like an M. So we're then now going to stitch across this short edge. We're going to reverse at the beginning and reverse at the end. I'm going to do that at both ends of this. Now, unfortunately, I have got, let's see, that's right, no, we're on, I want to go back onto that's it, we're back onto normal. I've got white thread in here, but it will actually show. So I'm reversing over to the other side, reversing. I'm actually going to stop in the centre so that I don't get. Now, can you see where I've stitched across there? And then again at the other end. So here, there is my handle. I'm going to open it out and fold it back on itself. Line up those edges there, and I'm going to stitch across here. So again, 1/4 inch, reverse at the beginning, reverse at the other end. Whoops, that's it. I'm reversing, but I'm stopping in the centre because those little ends, I want them to be hidden. So again, I've got my stitching across there. Just clip those bits off. I'll have that tiny bit there anyway. And then what we're going to do, we're going to trim here. So we are going to clip off these points. So make that nice and pointy. So here, clip off. And then we are going to push this to the right side. Okay, and that goes up into the top. We're going to get our pokey tool and look at that for the neatest finish on a bag handle. Now, if you tried to fold those ends in as you normally would with something, you wouldn't get as neat as that. So there we have. So I put my finger in there, push that to the right side, and then just pop my pokey tool in there. And look at that for another neat one as well. And then all I'm going, well, I'll leave that actually, because I'm sure whoever is going to be the recipient, all you do now is stitch all the way down. So I would start perhaps down here a little bit, all the way down this long edge, across the bottom, all the way up this edge and across here. Now I would probably try to stitch about 1/4 inch down. There's a bit more fabric in here, because there's a fold is in there. But if you stitch just below that 1/4 and then stitch down and meet where you finished or where you started. So I've left that. I have done both ends, but that is quite long. In fact, let me fold it a little bit more just so that I can tell you roughly. Gosh, 6, 12. There's probably... It's probably about 40, no, 6, 12, 18. Yes, 36, 40 inches of length in here. So whoever wins it can actually cut this. If you do one end, you can stitch the other end like I've done here. And you could do that again. But it just means then you've got exactly the length that you would like. And it might even be that it can be a crossbody, which a shorter length wouldn't. So here it is for the winner of whoever. I'm going to pop that into the bag. so that doesn't get lost. And this is what, so here is one I did earlier, as they say. So just the same with the tabs on the back and your handle. So this one's got quite a long handle. The original one I did hadn't got as long a handle. So let's see what has been going on. Let's see if I can, oh, hello Janet. What's, see if anybody has said anything. So, oh yes, I can see. Could I glue it? You could glue it if you're talking about the tabs. Yep, put a bit of glue there. Oh, there's Bev. Hello, Bev. Oh, Jackie must be here. And Hazel. Oh, that's lovely, Hazel. Some of them have taken a long time. Oh, there's Jackie as well. Happy New Year to you. And welcome, Christine. Ellen, hello. Oh, I know I'm always at the wrong time, aren't I, Ellen? But I hope you've enjoyed your tea. And there's Jan. Hello, Jan. Oh, lots of you here. And Christine, lovely to see you. And Marion, what's Marion saying? You can't watch now. Never mind. Yeah, catch up later. Oh, there's my son was watching. Oh, you're welcome. That's right. So, I have seen many of them there. And I said hello to Bev. Yes, I could glue it, Dorothy. Yep. Vanessa. Oh. Vanessa must know Bev. Lovely to see you, Vanessa. Welcome to the group. And Julianne. Oh, lots of people in here. Okay. So it is a nice, straightforward. There's Janet. Oh, Jackie, the fabric. It is, I've only got a little bit left. I probably haven't got any. I shall probably, because I've got the kits on the craft store, it's all allocated to them, I'm afraid. If I can get more in the new year, I will. But it was a last year's, even probably 12 months, because I've done other things with it. Happy New Year to you, Anne. Oh, thank you, Lindsay and Tony Amigo. It is a very handy. I'm sure I showed you. Thank you, Joanna. Oh, Happy New Year, Tracy. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Handy for poo bags. Yes, phone and keys. Absolutely that. Yeah, I am sure that I have shown you how to do this in a very early Facebook Lives. Probably up to 2 years ago, 18 months to 2 years ago. But it's really nice and straightforward. And you do it in whatever size you like. Yep, you're more than welcome, Margaret. Happy New Year, Sharon. Lovely to see you today. So, yep, this is what we have. Happy New Year to all the groups, says Carol and Pamela. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And a Happy New Year to you and all of your families too. So, oh, not bad at all. Done really well. I haven't got too cold. Oh, there's my bra strap showing. Oh, dear. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Lovely to see all of you today. Crane material left. I very well might. I think I do. Who was that, Anne? I think I do. I think I do. Thank you, Wendy. Yep. Drop me a message. I'll have a look in the morning. My shed shop, my shop shed. Thanks, Anne. Happy New Year to everybody, Lindsay says. I'll have a look tomorrow. Oh, you're welcome, Ellen. Because I'm not going out there again now. It's very dark. It's very dark. But yes, Happy New Year to you all. Before I go, please pop onto the So Totally Trisha page. The post at the very top, I think it's got a yellow background, but it says, please pop your favourite make of 2021. Okay, Anne. Favourite make of 2021. Pop it up there as soon as you can, because there's only till the end of tonight or tomorrow morning before the winner and before the winning one, which has the most likes. Absolutely, Patricia, totally agree. Happy New Year to you. But yeah, so pop on there, have a look and post yours as well. And I will probably over the weekend, I will put who the winner is. But I will have to look first thing tomorrow morning to count the number of likes on there. So get your likes in and loves in now. And let's see, I know there were some quite high numbers on a few of them. So although they're all lovely makes, how anybody can choose, but pop your votes there because the one with the most will be the winner. So thank you for joining me. I know a lot of you have enjoyed it as well, but I will see you next week. I don't like to plan too far ahead because, you know, it always comes up, you know. Hello, Jean-Anne. Happy New Year to you. So enjoy your evening. Mine will be quiet, and I think a lot of you will be quiet as well, apart from Lindsay going out into the garden, which I could do that, couldn't I? It is quite a good idea. So take care of yourselves, stay safe, enjoy whatever you're doing, and have a happy evening. And Happy New Year to you all. I'll see you in 2022. Thank you for your support through 2021, and let's see where we're going in 2022. Happy New Year to you all, and bye for now.